The Little Rock Nine. Alright, so this all started with the Brown versus Board of Education trial. And during this trial, it was ruled that racial segregation in schools is unconstitutional. And this led to 9 African American students being enrolled at Central High School in Little Rock, Arkansas. So, on the first day of school, Governor Orville Faubus called in the Arkansas National Guard to block the students from coming into the school. 8 out of 9 of the African American students showed up together on the first day of school, September 4th, 1957, and the 9th student, Elizabeth Eckford, showed up alone. Elizabeth did not have a phone at home, so she was unaware that this was all going to happen. She originally thought that the National Guard was there to protect her, but circumstances were much different. To get away from the angry mob that was harassing her, she was taken onto a bus to get out of there with the help of a white woman. Later that month, President Eisenhower sent in federal troops to escort the Little Rock Nine into the school. Ernest Green, Thelma Mothershed, Melba Patillo, Gloria Ray, Minnie Jean Brown, Elizabeth Eckford, Terrence Roberts, Jefferson Thomas, and Carlotta Walls were those 9 students. The Little Rock Nine was assembled by the civil rights activist Daisy Bate, who chose 9 brave students that she would send to Little Rock High School. Daisy was working with the NAACP and was hoping to start school desegregation in the South. After the first day of school, there was national attention drawn to the civil rights movement, and concerning Eisenhower's actions, there was a clear message to southern states that they needed to start integrating their schools. The Little Rock Nine faced constant harassment inside and outside of school. Minnie Jean Brown at the time was only 15 years old, and one day she dropped a bowl of chili and it splashed onto 2 white boys, and she was suspended for 6 days. At another time, a group of white girls threw a purse at her, and she got upset and called them white trash. And she was later expelled for this. Elizabeth Eckford was known for a picture of her walking alone through the white mob being yelled at by a white woman, and that became one of the main pictures of the civil rights movement that we see today. And Elizabeth graduated and went along to college. She also was the first African American to work in a bank in the city of St. Louis. Melba Patillo's family highly valued education. Her mother was one of the first African Americans to graduate from a university in Arkansas, and she was told, in order to get through this year, you will have to become a soldier. Never let your enemy know what you are feeling. Jefferson Thomas was a track athlete at his first high school. He attended Central High during his sophomore year, and in 1960 he went back to Central High in order to graduate and get his diploma. Gloria Ray was inspired by her father, who was a big civil rights activist, and one day at school she was pushed down the stairs, and at the time she was only 14 and a sophomore at Central High School. Carlotta Walls grew up in Little Rock and was inspired by Rosa Parks and wanted to get a good education so she could become a social activist. After the school closed, she had to wait until 1960 to complete her high school education, but she later started a real estate business in Colorado. She also created the Little Rock Nine Foundation, which gives scholarships to ensure equal access to education for all African Americans. With the ability to attend high school non-segregated, these 9 students were open to many opportunities that they may not have had otherwise. The fight for education was one of the greatest impacts of the Little Rock Nine, and it gave the civil rights movement a great push. The 9 students also received Congressional Medal of Honor in 1998. These 9 students, along with hundreds of others who had the ability to attend non-segregated schools, were able to move on and do great things with the education they received.